What is up, YouTube? How's everybody out there doing today? I'm hanging out with a girl. I know it's weird, isn't it, guys? I'm actually hanging out with a female. Alright guys, so a little update on the Duramax. What we have here is a new starter. So I put new batteries in, I put the truck in the shop, and we that was after we covered it up and tried to, like, man, you drive really fast. I'm doing the speed limit. And it's like raining and sleeting. And anyways, we had the truck out, me, Street Speed 717 and Hammered Out Motorsports. We were working on it Saturday, and you guys seen some of Street Speed's video. We put the tarp over it, put the kerosene torch underneath of it, and it still didn't start up. It would not crank right. It just was really, like, weak. So we were able to stick it in the shop, thankfully. So we got it in the shop. It's been sitting in the shop all weekend. Had the temperature in the shop up to like 70, 75 degrees, so plenty warm. Came in this morning. My good friend Tandy here, she drove me in. So she picked me up from my house and drove me into work. So I want to thank her very much for that. You're gonna make a left-hand turn up here.
I know where I am.
I know, I'm just letting you know. I don't want you to get confused. And got into the shop this morning and took the battery charger off. I had the tender on it just to make sure the battery stayed charged up. Nothing was depleting power from it or anything of that nature. And went to go to crank it, and it just was a real long, like, kind of a draw noise out of the starter and out of the batteries. And I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, why is this even possible? The batteries are fully 100% charged, ready to go. It's been in the shop. It's good to go. So the only thing I can contribute it to was maybe the starter's taking a dump, and that's why it's like taking so long to crank over. And obviously, if you guys know anything about diesels, compression is what starts a diesel. You have to have compression and heat to start a diesel. It's not like a gas truck, for example, where it's just a spark and ignition. So we ended up going to Advanced Auto Parts in New Holland, and I picked up a replacement starter because the one that I had in the truck at the time was a replacement when I did my transmission build. I replaced the starter at the same time back then too, and just because it was getting kind of weak and weirded out. Well, I guess this one just didn't like the cold. I don't know. We're gonna find out when we get back to the shop. And I got a replacement starter. So we're on our way back to the shop right now. We're gonna stick this thing in. It's kind of a pain in the butt because my hands, it's really greasy and dirty under there. And I'm hoping that this starter is strong enough to kick the motor over and spin it fast enough to create some good compression inside the cylinders and get this freaking truck running, guys, because I've been without it all weekend and it sucks. Like, I've been out without this truck since like Thursday. Thursday is when it stopped running on me, and I'm hoping this is it, because I don't know what else it could be, to be honest. I mean, it's got everything. There's no codes. It's got fuel. We know we got plenty of fuel. Man, that is an icy windshield right there. You need to put that vent straight there, with near my rag. Oh, over there. So yeah, we're gonna head back to the shop, see what we can see, and put this starter in. Hopefully that works, guys.
It better work.
It better work. I'm hoping it works. I'm really hoping it works. Well, guys, it is such a sad day here at DFR. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm kind of tearing up a little bit. Not gonna lie, it pulls my heartstrings for this to happen. With a good old Dirty Max, a GMC Sierra 3500 dually, 466,000 miles, is dead. It's dead and done. Well, long story short, you know, I thought that the fuel was gelled because of the cold weather. I thought that we had other issues going on. Well, after my diagnosis of everything and trying to trace issue after issue and figuring things out and cranking forever and a day, I think I've come to the conclusion that the head gaskets finally took a dump in this truck. I've pretty much exhausted every option on trying to get this thing to work. I even went as far thinking that maybe there's an air pocket in the fuel system somewhere, because the fuel head, or the fuel filter head that's in the engine, wasn't priming correctly, or I didn't think it was priming correctly, we'll put it that way. You know, I took that off and bypassed the entire, I just pretty much did a fuel filter head delete on it, and you guys wouldn't know what I'm talking about, you 6'6" guys, and used my lift pump only to force fuel up to the CP3 pump, and that didn't work either. It just cranked. It sounds like, I'll be honest with you, it almost sounds like a gas engine with no spark plugs in it. It just free cranks over and over and over again. I've given up, man. I've given up, guys. I've come to the conclusion that it's literally got to be head gaskets or something internal in the engine that has failed. But she had a good run. She had an amazing run. She really did. Oh, gosh. But I do have some good news. I'm getting another motor for this thing. I'll be honest, and I've made videos about this before in the past. I've got $2,800 is what I paid for this truck. Almost 3 years ago, I paid $2,800 for this truck. And I've probably got, you know, between the transmission and a few other things, I've probably got another 5 in it, technically speaking. Financially, I got another 5 grand in this truck, which ain't bad. That's including tires, shocks, all the little stuff that it needed over the years, brakes, rotors, plus the transmission build, parts-wise. We're not talking labor price, but parts-wise. I called up a company local to me that deals with a lot of different junkyards. You might know who they are. They're called LKQ. And they have one sitting in one of their yards for a really good price with 150,000 miles on it out of an 04. That's pretty much what I'm going to do. I would buy the motor now, but I need a reliable transportation for my kids and myself and to get up to the shop and do things. And that's what this video is going to be about pretty much. And I'm going to show you what that vehicle is here in a moment, if you haven't guessed it from the thumbnail. But instead of, you know, throwing the money into the truck right now, I need a vehicle to drive, so I'm going to be buying a new vehicle until I can save up a little more cash and have the money for this motor and actually have the time to be able to put this motor in the truck. But the truck will run again. The Dirty Max will live again. Guaranteed, guys. It's going to happen. Trust me. It's going to be better than it ever was. I'll probably put injectors in it at the same time and some other stuff, maybe some mods, I don't know. Maybe a bigger turbo. It's hard to say. I'm built tranny. Might as well do something with the motor, make some power. So let's get into the video. I know it's like a really long intro, but let's get into the video and show you the other car. Boom, guys. Look what I freaking got my hands onto now. I'm sure you guys are probably wondering what is going on here. Because it is a Ford. And you guys know that I'm a big Chevy guy. I'm not a big Ford guy, but I'm a Chevy guy. I'm gonna tell you what happened here. Basically, my truck broke down. I don't have another vehicle, and I'm currently looking for one to buy. And my good friend Mike, Street Speed 717, and Steve, which is the owner of this car here, I'll put his information down below. He's let me borrow this beautiful 2011 Ford Focus. I don't even know what model it is, to be honest. What model is this thing? It's an SE. So we have an SE Ford Focus in red right here. So he's gonna let me borrow this car, and I might actually be considering buying this car. He did give me a really good price, and I'm gonna look around for a little bit. He wanted me to drive it, see if I liked the car, and if I did, then he'd sell it to me. But I don't know yet. I do like it. It's great on gas mileage, much better than the truck ever was, to be honest. So I don't know. I might end up buying it. I might not. But I'm gonna still look around. I am looking for, you know, a beater 4-door car, basically because I have children, and you know I can't be doing no 2-door sports stuff anymore. And the Trans Am just isn't. The Trans Am's just really not roadworthy for basically that stuff right there, especially with drag radials on the back. So I can't drive that anywhere. So I need something that's going to be reliable, 4-door for the kids, good gas mileage, and this might be it, guys. This might be the new DFR car. I'm not sure. And I know I might get a lot of hate from you guys out there for Ford, but I'll tell you what, I drove it last night. This is the second day I've had the car, and it's been driving great. Like, I can't complain. So let's go through. We're going to show you some of the details of it and talk about it a little bit, I guess. So we got this really awesome 15-inch drag wheels in the front. Freaking, they're just amazing wheels. We have new rotors, new pads, it looks like. Safety first. We have 4, count them, 1, 2, and there's 2 on the other side. We have 4 door handles, which is pretty awesome, and 2 mirrors, 1 on each side. Not just 1 on one side, but 1 on each side. We have a real man box right here. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but that's a real man box. So this car is a 5-speed. It is not an automatic, so I am happy this is a 5-speed, and that makes me kind of want it even more, because then I can control gas mileage a little bit better, pretty much for the worst, to be honest, because high rev, you know, high rev. Very simple gauge setup, mile per hour with kilometers below it, RPM. I do like the lettering, like you guys can see that, the Focus. I like how they did the lettering, make it look kind of sporty, even though it's not a sporty car. And then we have our coolant temp and our fuel gauge, and that's about it. Very simple center cluster, CD player, auxiliary cord, 12-volt outlet, 12-volt outlet. Car has AC, has simple radio and climate control settings, I guess. It's really not even a climate control. It's pretty much you're hot or you're not. I don't even know. The car's a little dirty, needs a little cleaning up, but I mean, other than that, it's not really too bad of a little beater car. And I think if I remember correctly, that this was getting, last night when I was driving it, I was seeing 32 miles per gallon in race car mode. So I think this thing probably will get 35, 37 miles a gallon. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. It also has cruise control as well, which is pretty cool. So we do have cruise control. Trying to figure, I mean, there's really not much to it, guys. It's a Ford Focus. It's red. It's got like crappy visors with mirrors right here and stuff. I mean, it's really not like anything to like go crazy about. But it's a cool little car. This is gonna do me pretty good for the time that I have it. Whether or not I buy this car or I find something else that is a better price or maybe a little bit more for a better conditioned car or some of that nature, you know, who knows what's going to happen. But I'm pretty happy. Oh, this thing does also have that little bad button there, traction control. We never use that button. We have a setup, info, reset button. I don't even know what them buttons do. Let's find out. I actually ended up buying for Steve here, in case I don't buy the car. It didn't have a key fob, and what you had to do was you had to unlock the car. When you unlock the car, you had to get in real quick because the alarm would sound. So I went to Advanced Auto Parts in New Holland, picked me up one of these key fobs for really, really cheap, did the programming. It worked the first time. The thing's, I mean, it's working great. Hear it now. I mean, it's working awesome. It pops the trunk, got a little beeper alarm, got the unlock and lock. Makes it much more convenient to have one of these. I really like this. So I'll just give this to him if I don't buy the car. He can have this key fob. It'll be good for the next person that might buy the car themselves. Shut the door here. We got our little Ford Focus digital display. Now I'm not really sure what's going on here. Let's turn the AC, or let's turn the heat off. Info, it's not doing anything. Press reset to clear. Reset. Oh, wow, okay. So everything, I thought it would show up here, but I guess not. It's showing down here. All right, let's look down here. So we have info. Oh, miles per gallon. Nothing. Trip A, trip B, 289 miles till empty. And that's pretty much it. There's really not much else. Very simple car. Like, I'm not even joking. Okay, well, that wasn't interesting. Sorry, guys. But yeah, this is a very simple car. Let's go out here and look at it some more. Get the key. I don't want to lock the key in the car. I don't know how these cars are. Some cars, they'll lock the keys in the car, and then you're kind of messed. You're kind of screwed at that point. But yeah, so that's it. I think I'm gonna be driving this around for a little while. I don't know how long. Probably not that long. And I guess just use it. I got a Ford, guys. Tell me below in your comments, is this a happy moment for some of you guys to see me in a Ford finally? Or is this a very sad moment to see me in a Ford car? This is exactly like something that I really need, actually. I don't really need any. I mean, the truck is nice, but the truck was only getting like 16 to 18 miles per gallon if I was lucky on a good day. This will get double that easy. Or close to double that, which is really what I need for summer months and stuff of that nature. Plus I have the motorcycle and stuff, but this is kind of what I need. So now the truck's done for the time being. This is what I'll be driving. Hopefully, with a lot of luck, maybe within the next, week or so, I'll have either this car, I'll own this car, or I'll go buy something else. I'm currently actually looking on Craigslist and Marketplace and stuff of that nature to see if I can find anything for a real good deal. I haven't found anything. Well, I found a few, but not a whole lot of stuff yet. But for, like I said, for right now, this will work. This will work for me for right now. But I'm very thankful for Steve for lending me this car. Very grateful, very, very awesome, nice guy. Please do me a favor, check out his YouTube, go subscribe to his channel. He has a lot of cool videos about, I don't know if you remember who he is, but Steve was the original owner of the 400 horsepower silver Corvette, the C5, that Street Speed 717 bought, and then sold back to Steve, and then Steve wrecked. So that's who I'm talking about when I talk about Steve and stuff. So like I said, his information will be down below in the description. You can check him out on his YouTube. that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I just wanted to give you a little update on the Duramax, tell you why I'm driving a Ford around now. Other than that, if you enjoyed the video, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe like usual. Instagram is Diablo Formula Racing. Facebook is also Diablo Formula Racing. Ford, you want to do deuces? Deuces.